Yo, what's up everybody? It's Ray, and this video is a little bit unorganized, so here's what we're gonna do. I recorded myself like talking about what I experienced at the 4-month mark after my hip surgery, and then I go into 4 regressions, shoulder regressions I really enjoyed from PT. This was around the 8-9 month mark for my left shoulder. So I'm just trying to like build up my strength again. I think around this time, like I have not tried a single swipe still. And then I have a couple of my favorite dance clips. So kind of going into like how quickly I got back into it. I made a lot of progress that, to my surprise, the left hip, it could take a lot more load, a lot more quickly than my left shoulder could at 4 months, probably due to all the ass muscle I have. Honestly, I have a huge ass. Runs in my dad's side of the family, apparently. Okay, anyways, and then, yeah, I'll talk about like what's going on through my head during the time I was recovering from the hip surgery, because it seems like I was just kind of easing it back into everything. But yeah, thanks. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, just want to give a 16-week update. So, I've had the shoulder labrum repair, I've done the knee. Usually around the 4-month mark, at least for the labrum, is when you start feeling more stability and strengthening. The knee, it took up to 6 months before I could get really to that strengthening point. So the hip right now is at the 4-month point. And the key takeaways right now is like, yeah, I can like kind of break, but I really still need some more strength in my adductor. Usually around the 3-month mark, your like range of motion is pretty good. At least for my shoulder, that was the case. At 4 months, it should be like really good. For my hip, it's pretty good, honestly. I can, stretch again. It's still a little tight here. I'm doing like more hamstring workouts. My butterfly is like coming back. It's just my adductor is guarding it still. It's still a little weak. And I'll just like lay in bed and just like have my leg down like this, just kind of let it relax. They're gonna massage it. Trying to do more like pigeon stretching. And also just more like, just split type movements. So like this. And it's coming back pretty well, but trying to be careful. And I'm doing a lot of these Copenhagen planks, so they're like adductor planks. And the main thing here is I'm pulsing now and doing this for like a minute at PT, and this is really killer. On top of this, I'm trying to do at least 1 solid session of Pilates a week. It really is good for like hip stability. My glutes were burning the last time I did it. It was good for my shoulders, my core. My obliques are still kind of weak on the left side due to the shoulder labrum and hip labrum tear. Just this general area needs strengthening. So I probably won't give an update for the next 2 to 4 weeks, because I'll just be working out and kind of, I'm going to Mexico, so maybe I'll like hit up a session, but I'm trying not to push it too hard. It's just a patience game right now. Around the 6-month mark is when I'm really gonna pick it up, and that's when I'm gonna be training for my Europe trip. So I'll be in Paris, and I'm gonna go swing by IBE and Outbreak. So I just wanna be able to cypher and have fun and get down by then. So that's really like the main goal right now. So that's it for my 16-week update. Yo, so it's been about 4 months since my hip surgery. I started easing back into breaking about 1 month ago. So the hip capsule is fully healed. I didn't really push it. I just did some baby mills and stuff. But at the 4-month mark, I started doing like tombstones, and I started, just messing around doing stuff that maybe was pushing a little bit on my shoulder and my hip. On top of that, I irritated my knee, I think just from top rocking, because I never got a chance to rehab my knee fully around January till August, so about 7 months. And then I got my shoulder surgery, which probably set me back too, because my body was focused on healing like multiple injuries back to back. But the neat thing here is, my physical therapist, he's very good. Shout out to Sabir. Basically, I went to him and I was having issues with like knee pain, squatting, like leg extensions. Turns out a lot of it was just quad stiffness. So he really worked it out, and I've been foam rolling my quads, the sides, the fronts, just doing all that jazz. And it's really helped with my front of knee pain. I've also been Theragunning my, my quads, back of my shoulder area, and my hip adductor. So overall, gonna step back a little bit from practice. Instead of like twice a week, maybe just go once a week until things resolve. I'm gonna focus a little more on knee rehab as time goes on. So that's that. But I also want to touch a little bit on like how I'm returning to sport. It's kind of interesting because I'm starting from basically zero again in terms of strength. So I'm learning a lot of like regressions. So I have 4 of my favorite regressions that I've learned, and I'm going to start off. The first one is kind of like they call it like this windmill thing. It's not like a breaking windmill. It's not as cool, but basically what this does is it helps you focus on your shoulder and shoulder blade stability. And the important thing here is you're supposed to extend your shoulder as far out as possible. And then you have the left leg straight if it's the right leg that's fully extended, so opposite. And then you cross over like this. And you make sure that your arm is fully extended and you stare at the weight while you're doing this. And so this helps you with your shoulder stability and also works out your neck a little bit as well. This is really helpful. For example, I explained like the swipe movement, showed it to my physical therapist, and he was saying like I need to build up strength to be in this fully outstretched position. So this is a good regression or just a good strength training exercise to see where you're at for swipes. I don't know how strong my right arm can go up to. Last time I was at physical therapy, I was doing 35 pounds, 12 reps of this. My left arm was doing 25 pounds of this, as well as up to 30 pounds actually. So I imagine my right arm could probably go up to like 45, 50 if I really tried. And I'll probably make a video of that at some point as well in the future. So this is the first of the regressions, and this kind of helps with swipes, being in that fully outstretched position, being able to have your mid-back have that mobility. All right, the next regression is going to be for L-sits. Now, I know like in the past, my L-sits were like really hunched forward with my shoulders. So right now, he's been telling me, my physical therapist has been telling me to push straight down and really focus on retracting the shoulder blades and pushing down my shoulder blades, keeping this engaged. And I'm just doing sets of 30 seconds for this, and as I get stronger, I'll lift the leg. And this is a regression for flares. So I'm trying to build up the strength for the front of the flares again. I don't have like a lot of space or like a super good angle for this, so I'm going to try to shoot this from 2 angles. But basically, the last 2 regressions are a assisted tuck planche. This is just to get used to loading my shoulder, making sure my serratus is activated when I'm pushing out. And this is just to get back to, the back of a flare, where you're in the back and you're supporting all your weight. And then just general braking exercises, like just general braking movements are just a lot in front. So trying to get used to loading through my body weight as again. And then let's get an example of this. Unfortunately, I don't have the best angle for this, but basically I'm gonna record it from 2 sides also. Basically, you want the most important thing here is you want the band to be supporting your hips and pulling you towards the direction you're leaning towards. So if the bar is in front of you, you're using a band, make sure it's pulling this way. Don't have the bar behind you. And this is just an example. I'm actually gonna my floor is offset, so I have this like padding. I have puzzle mat here for when I break, but I haven't used this in a year and a half. But this should help me offset my left arm as well more also. And I'm gonna lean forward and just get into my tuck planche. Try to hold this. And I'm actually pretty tired, and I don't think my shoulder is strong enough for this right now, but that's my purple band, and I have a green band which would take off a lot more weight. So going forward, I might try the green band, see how that works. Here's just another angle of me doing this, and I guess you can see my butt, but that's it. It's really simple. Okay, the last regression is also using the band still around the hips. Same idea, but this time I'm on my hands, like a handstand. And the idea here is I have this ball, straight legs, and it's kind of like doing a press handstand. The idea here is you're trying to do a J, so like an upside down J, with my upper body being the straight part of the J and my lower body being the curved part. And this is basically kind of like a handstand press movement. Just in general, my PT is trying to get me better at loading my shoulders, getting my core back. And this is probably a really good regression. You actually don't really need a band for this. I do this because, I got shoulder surgery. But when I wasn't injured and I was younger, I would basically just do something similar. You could just do it like this and crunch in. The benefit of using the ball is that when you crunch in, your arms are there's more space for your arms to be in this kind of like handstand position. That helps load through your like mid-back area too. So that's the last regression, and I hope you guys enjoyed the knowledge I shared. All right, so let's get into the footage. This is March 28th. This is me just playing around, seeing like how much my hip can bend. This is like my first time trying to do footwork, but you can tell I'm just being so cautious. It doesn't feel good to put weight onto my left hip, as you can tell. And then this is me testing out like one of my go downs into this tap mill transition. I did it really slowly to see if I could do it before I made sure I was comfortable in positions, and then I went for it. And you can see like I'm a lot more comfortable doing baby mills at this point now, and so yeah, just improving a lot more there. I'm also just feeling a lot more comfortable just throwing into tombstones. Like at this point, like recovery is really fast, and like I'm getting a lot more used to the pressure. It's just I have to take breaks if I push too hard, which I'm pretty sure I definitely did at this practice. Shout out to my boy Ethan for hyping me up at practice. And then I had like this go down I used to do. I actually did this at my Europe trip in one of my battles, but back here I didn't feel super comfortable, and I'm trying a one-arm rollback as well, and also again here, not the most comfortable. You can see the feet on my face. And all right, so this is March 31st, so this is like 3 weeks. I'm doing deadlifts of 185 pounds by 10 reps. I haven't been lifting that much recently, but back here, this is my first time deadlifting again, getting the engagement in my back, my legs even, working on my left hip and glutes and hamstrings. I took a break from breaking because I think I just needed condition and give my body more time to get strong at this point. And then this is like a week after that, and I was like, all right, I feel strong, let me try this, and I could almost windmill handstand up, which felt good. And then you can see I tried to do a halo, but I didn't feel comfortable with my left hip, like swaying all the wide open. And here you can see I'm like still kind of
doing this thing where like my back bended when I did the halo. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. I practice all the time. And here is me just doing an exercise to get used to putting weight through my left shoulder, getting my scapula strong. At this point, like, it's just conditioning myself. It really sucks because it looks easy, but it just feels awful. And this is me trying to do like some full-blown footwork. At this point, like, I feel more comfortable doing stuff, but you can see I still get caught. I mean, I just haven't been doing footwork in so long. And then I kind of did a handstand press, but my physical therapist is not happy because I like lean too much. And then, yeah, just 2000 baby mill to a freeze. I think at this point I'm feeling really good. These clips are at like the 4-month, 2-week mark. And so like you can see I'm feeling a lot more confident. Like I tried head spin 90. I don't even try that today. So who knows what I was thinking. And then I was working on this combo before injury, and so I felt pretty good. I could do my hook windmills again to the head spin. And then here's this fun clip of me doing halos. Everything just feels a lot easier to do after surgery. So yeah, these are the practice clips in progress I made during this time.
All right, cool. So that pretty much summarizes everything that was going on in my head around the 4-month mark. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I just wanted to create some resources, so if you had like injuries or just wanted like a point of reference, this was available. I figured going through 3 surgeries, might as well let other people know, because I just get so much anxiety thinking about my injuries and will I be able to dance again. But it seems so far like the, you know, ACL, like labor and reconstruction, like you can get back to a decent level. And the next video I'm gonna make is the 5-6 month video. This is really where I ramped up training because I had Europe trip and I just wanted to really enjoy myself. That one's really cool. I got back to doing like windmill elbow track, windmill 90 during that time, but I still couldn't push it too hard. And honestly, even like a year and 2 months after it, like I'm still kind of like regaining a lot of my strength and just making sure I don't get injured. So like getting it all back, the cardio and everything, it really sucks. But yeah. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me, I guess. I don't know. I'm really just doing this for myself. And yeah, that's it. Until next time. Peace.